without further ado, this is gentlemen. We were recording.
You forgot my name.
No, it's Funky Moses.
Okay.
Yeah, Funky Moses. And we were recording with my band, the Crusties, and Funky Moses was driving through Culver City. So you heard the band and you felt like there was some shit going on. You felt like there was something going on, which is why somehow I got a hold of you. You didn't call me back, but you had a Google thing on your phone where I knew your location. So that's why I physically had my security here come and bring you down here. So, So can you tell the audience what happened? You were driving down the street, and then what happened? Just to recap.
Well, I was driving down the street in my convertible DeLorean. Not many of those around, as you may know. And I don't know. I usually get whiffs of tons of weed rolling around Los Angeles. But I got a little whiff of the Crusties.
Brilliance.
So this moving thing, this is your dead space paranoid situation, right?
Well, I just want to recap so the audience knows who you are. So you're an A&R guy, and you heard our song. And you circle back.
I'm a record label executive, record label owner. Yes, and I do my own A&Ring, correct.
So that's a lot of hats to wear. So you wear a lot of hats. You have a team, or is it just by yourself, or what? I mean,
it's a one-man show. You know, I basically don't feel like wasting any money delegating when I could make all the decisions myself.
Correct. So you heard our song, you got excited, you came in the van, and then you said 7-figure deal. I mean, the fucking bass player, Norm, almost had a heart attack because he's pretty much living in his van in Vegas.
So the band's
they're fucked. Yeah, they're not making a lot.
That was one thing I wanted to talk about. One of the points on my mind. You know, as the band looking, as they're called, a little crusty. Yeah. I was thinking, you know, we could probably pull off the deal with just yourself and I without the band, as they clearly could be disposable, replaceable, revolving door.
Yeah, but I have ink with them. I signed a deal with them. There's no those guys without me.
So you have a previously signed deal.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's not teeth in the contract. I'm sure there's holes if you get a good litigator involved. And
so I've done some Googling. You are Pauly Shore, correct?
I am. I was in a
do?
movie called Encino Man many years ago.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that quite a few times. Yeah, that's right. That is you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. Well, where's the long hair?
I just cut it off, and this is kind of what I have left.
Oh. Well, you do look quite similar as you did then.
So you're saying you want to pursue Pauly Shore and not those old guys and get other old guys?
Well, what I'm thinking is, you know, how do you think I got this Apple Watch? You think I got it by signing a bunch of goofies, a bunch of losers, a bunch of old, you know, borderline dying band members? No, I didn't do that. I signed talent, raw talent, and clearly you have a proven success rate from what I've Googled and seen personally, being a person who did not know who you were but loved your movies, and now I know. You are Pauly Shore. Correct. You really are, correct?
Yes, sir. I mean, what's your vision for the band? So you want me to get rid of those guys?
Well, what I'm thinking is a deal could be a little less covered with red tape if we just deal with one entity yourself. You might have a falling out. One of your guys might have a heart attack, as you were saying. One of you guys might become a drug addict, strung out on the road, you know, and you don't really want to deal with all that if they're tied to the deal in writing now, do you?
Per se, right?
Per se.
Right.
Or would you rather just control everything yourself, be the boss, big honcho, tell them what the fuck you want going on, you know? You make all the decisions.
So the little bald guy that looks like Larry David, he can't be part of that, or is he indisplaceable as well?
They're all disposable.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Unless you want to tie yourself to them in blood, then I will own them as well. This is a 360 deal, okay? I want the music. I want the merchandise. I want the touring. I want what all these bullshit labels and Live Nations and all these guys, they take everything from everybody, and there's no reason that I can't do the same.
I agree 100%. I mean, we really have we have no other deals on the table. So
this is your only deal on the table.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm being super transparent with you.
Wow. So there's no competition.
We were actually going to break up, but then when you came in and you're like, fuck, then you got us reignite. I mean, Norm, the bass player, and Richard, the keyboardist. What's that? Is that one of your bands? Who's song?
That was the attorney.
Yeah, just
clearly they want to know what's going on, as the DocuSign hasn't been signed yet.
As far as, I mean, not to, I mean, I don't want you to get defensive when I say this to you, because, you know, I just want to know some of the other bands that you know, manage and co-signed and DocuSigned. And I mean, you say that you, I mean, dude, all I know is you're some fucking guy that heard us driving down the street.
Well, I'm not really sure how to take that. You're questioning me, my authenticity, maybe my taste. Clearly.
No, I just want to know who you're rolling with. Who are some of the other acts? You must have some other acts.
Oh.
Because if I'm going to leave the Crusties and me and you are going to start something right here.
Is this official?
Well, no, I said if I leave the Crusties and me and you, I got to know who I'm getting in bed with.
Let's just say we're going to flow with it. But yeah, you don't worry about the bands, the huge artists I've been responsible for their careers, hit songs. I'm literally ghostwriter for most every country song you've heard on the radio at this moment.
Wow. So mostly you do a lot of country music.
Not at all. I only ghostwrite country.
Got it.
Yeah, the acts I've signed are headlining stadiums all around the world, literally as we speak.
Russia?
Not in Russia right now, but soon to be.
So if I get rid of the Crusties, which seems like that's my only choice here, so do you have other players with me?
You keep the Crusties. You just keep them at an arm's distance. They're hired guns.
Got it.
Yeah, you give them a tiny, tiny salary per week, okay?
Yeah.
You keep all the rest.
Got it. Got it. I like that. So they're kind of like a work for hire.
Yeah, they work for hire until they disobey you or they don't follow your lead.
Right.
Or they just start slacking after they get too comfortable.
Huh. You have experience in this.
Oh, brother, do I.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So I'm going to get them to DocuSign implement some work for hire agreements so they have no ownership, right?
I've got a great idea. Just tell them you've done an incredible record deal for all of you. They'll never get to see it. You'll never show them. Right?
Yes. Okay. I like that. Yeah.
There you go.
There.
Pauly Shore, a.k.a. the Crusties. But now I will personally own the name Pauly Shore and the Crusties. And anything you do, you'll kind of run it through me. But as you can see, I'm an easygoing guy.
Yeah. So if you take over everything, what do I get?
You get the fame, the stardom. You get stadiums for days. You get green rooms. You get your own selection of catering. You get all kinds of things that come with it. And you know what? You can comp as much merch for your friends and family as possible. As you want. Anytime you want. I got you.
So the money flows through you first,
Money
and then
comes
flows
directly through me, correct?
And then where do I see my piece?
After all the costs and after
expenses?
The expenses, the taxes, my personal expenses and things, we kind of get down to what's left over for you, which will be a serious chunk of moolah.
Really?
Trust me on that, yeah.
So we're talking like you just going to Pac-Man the shit out of the cash.
Well, let's just say I know how to handle some paper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really good with paper. I am everything in your world at FM Records. Funky Moses will be your holy grail. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, that's right. And I got your back. I'm not sleazy whatsoever. I will not screw you over. And I see how fancy this stuff is in here, and fancy cameras and microphones, but don't you worry. I would never steal them. I wouldn't steal this stuff. That's right.
So the DocuSign's in my, how do I think it might have went to spam.
I've sent it about 7 times, okay? And I've gotten no mailer demon since. But the AOL thing confuses me a bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you can go on there to see if I received it at least, and you saw that I received it.
Oh, it's been delivered.
Yeah.
It's been viewed. You did see the deal.
I have to talk to I don't really go on the computer.
Well, there's some very important clause in
there. Let me play you
there.
a little bit of my album here. It's right here. This is where you first laid eyes on the Crusties. It's just kind of like, see, there's, if you want to, Funky Moses, you're right there. See, back. This is what you fell in love with. Look at Funky Moses.
Lived. My life is full. I traveled each and every highway, but more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few.
Are you sure you want me to get rid of those? Or no, just have them work for hire, right? Just work for hire? So it's indisplaceable? I did. Come on. What I had to do. Cut through. Look at my shorts. I think they're on backwards. Look at my shorts, Funky Moses. He told me to put them up higher.
The high shorts lets us know what you're
You like
packing.
that, right?
Lets us know what you're packing.
I think they're on backwards, though. So that's this. Yeah. So just DocuSign, right?
I get the feeling you are your biggest fan. You really
just
get a
really
kick out
enjoy-
of seeing yourself, correct?
Are you?
Well, that's what it takes, okay? You have to believe in yourself way more than I do or anyone else. You know, one thing that you might have saw if in the record deal you didn't see, we're going to get you a vocal coach ASAP. Okay? ASAP. Because Pauly Shore, Encino Man, all of it, it comes with a price. People are going to magnify everything about you. And that voice we heard there, well, let's just say I got some WD-40 for those squeaks. All right? That's part of the deal, okay?
So
and looking at that footage, clearly the band's about to kick the bucket. So I think we stick with you and I, one deal, and keep it calling the Crusties. But, you know, no one's really going to care or notice if you got to replace somebody. You know, we can get a younger cat and dress him up to be Krusty. It's 2022, man. We can pull it off.
Right.
It's prosthetics.
So we just do. You got a gray wig. We can borrow your.
I don't wear wigs.
That's not a wig.
I'm Rogaine all day.
Really?
Yeah.
So it looks like you.
I read online you're Rogaine.
I am Propecia too.
Propecia.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I put some nice hair dye in there too.
Has it propicied your little pizza?
Yeah, Propecia my pizza.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, the higher you keep your shorts, the more nuggets we can see. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. That's what's missing.
So the vocal coach.
Coach.
You have the guys. I saw the guy. Is his name Roberto? What's his name? That's gonna help me.
Well, I can't reveal their name right now, but I can tell you, no matter what, there's a thing called Pro Tools and backing tracks. You don't even have to sing live.
Wow.
You just move your mouth.
A little Milli Vanilli action.
Beyond, way beyond.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to go there because, listen, we want it perfect every night. You guys can stick your thumbs up your butts. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you're mouthing the words at the right time. And in between the songs or in between perfect cues, we'll let you address the audience live. So they'll be thinking it's live.
So there's guys behind the drummer actually singing.
No, it'll be rehearsed. It'll be on tape. It'll just sing for you, and then when you know that pause is coming, you can say, "Hello, Philadelphia, how you doing?" And they'll say, "Wow, this is real."
Right.
They'll never know the difference. It happens all the time. The biggest acts on the world are doing it. Yep.
And then what about the fact that I don't know the lyrics to some of my songs? Is there like cue cards for me or
How you know what you do at that moment? You just hold your microphone right on out to the audience. It's that simple.
And they sing it.
That's exactly right. Trick of the trade.
Yeah.
I know everything.
Wow.
Okay. I've lived every single shade of this gray.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And this particular onion, I mean, we're going to peel back the layers, and the tears are going to be inevitable for some.
Huh.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
But when we get to that, that thing, that Pauly Shore, a.k.a. the Crusties, or Pauly Shore presents the Crusties.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm seeing. Big lights. So Funky Moses presents Pauly Shore presents the Crusties. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. I got a feeling. When I get a feeling, it's not wrong, man. It's right.
Wow.
That's how I roll.
Wow.
Yeah, you might thought this was booze, but it's not. It's just sparkling water with a little lime.
So the back to the deal. So the vocal coach is going to come out. Or is that added within the thing, or is that an extra expense, or what is that?
Whatever extra expenses we have or that occur, you'll be billed back, but don't worry about that part.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be billed back, and you won't even know it was there. Okay. Once you get your paper, all of that will have been covered.
Cool. So
Yeah.
you're cool that I tracked you down and I physically brought you here, because I have to now reach out to the band and basically tell them that they're work for hire, and then they're not really part of the band, that they're indisposable per se.
I'm not sure you're really understanding that you shouldn't tell your band diddly squat. You've got to do what you do best. You're an actor. I get it. I know. Just go and tell them it's the greatest day of their life. If they start asking questions, you point to the door, and that's it. They can get the hell out of here.
Right.
It might sound funny, but it's going to work.
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to find true colors as soon as you need them to paint your little picture.
Yeah. Is there any way we could do some sort of a collateral payment to them? Because the one guy, like I said, was about to jump off a roof and kill himself. He has nothing left. And I told him after he met you, that which was right there, you said 7-figure. He started doing the math, and he was able to kind of sign a thing. And now that money's not coming. So can we at least funnel some cash to him so he doesn't hurt himself?
What kind of cash are we talking?
I don't know, dude. I'd just say like 10 grand just to get him from under. Yeah.
$10,000 for one person?
Well, I mean,
Listen, there's a 7-figure deal here, but we're going to pull it down in trenches, okay? We're probably not going to touch that 7-figure until about the 7th album. It's over time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So $10,000, that could maybe be all the money that even trickles through the first couple of years.
Right. Well,
And you don't want to give it all to one guy
Yeah.
just because he's going to cut his throat.
Okay.
Let him cut his throat.
Yeah.
Jump off the building, man.
Yeah.
It's just time to move on.
Right.
That guy is a loose cannon. Which performer is he, by the
He's
way?
the bass player, Norm, right
Oh,
there.
Mike Myers. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, he's walking around in a one-piece suit like a goddamn serial killer.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw on his face, and I smelled. I smelled something that doesn't smell normal, because I got pretty close to him in particular. I'm drawn to the bad seeds. I'm a weed puller. I know where to find the weeds, and that is a weed you can exterminate immediately, especially if he's suicidal.
Right.
I mean, Jesus
don't need
Christ.
that.
I mean, this guy doesn't deserve 10 cents, let alone $10,000.
Right. Okay.
He's loose.
I have a big heart. You're gonna have to speak for me. You're gonna have to speak on.
Well, I've got no
behalf.
problem letting any of these guys know exactly
and
what's
this guy
up.
right here, the drummer's running from the police. Let me see. The drummer. See him right there. Wait. Shit. Sorry, I didn't mean you to hear this part. I just want to show you the drummer really quick. Okay. Shit. 1 sec. Sorry.
I thought the drummer might have had
No,
a
look at
mouthful
this
of
guy.
lunch in
Yeah,
his mouth as
you
he was
thought
playing.
what?
He looked like he had a mouthful of food. He was holding it in, the entire. See? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right there. It looks like he just ate. And we're going to have to fix that.
Yeah, he's running from the police.
I
right
want
now.
smiles. He's running from the police. He's a fugitive.
Yeah, because he was part of the insurrection. That
Well,
January
there's two
6th.
guys you just kick out of the band right there.
January 6th.
We can do backing tracks, no music needed, like in karaoke.
Right.
We can just get people to pretend like they're playing.
The drummer, yeah, he's wanted because he was part of that whole January 6th insurrection. He was the guy that went into the Capitol with the guy that looked like a monkey, and he didn't get caught, so he's kind of running. And then this guy right here, he comes to Vegas sometimes and does Larry David kind of impersonator impressions.
Who, Benjamin Buttons?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I think he'll be okay. And this guy's he's got a family, so I don't know. He's just gonna have to figure it out, right?
I mean, you can live without the keyboards, man. No rock band really has keyboards. If you think about the legends, let's just stick away from the ones who got keyboards and stuff like that.
Well, Jim Morrison, the Doors, they had a great keyboard. They have a great keyboard. I think I hear the police coming. Can you hear that siren?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the police are coming. They're circling the building. They're just gonna.
Speaking of the police, I personally, if this is off the record for a second, I'm the one that signed them first.
This is.
I signed the police first, okay. And so then I decided I didn't think they were that talented.
Well, this is great. So, Funky Moses, I'm very excited to be in business with you.
We're in business.
We are in business, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go dig. I'm gonna call my old assistant. We're gonna dig into that spam. We're gonna DocuSign, and then if the Crusties they do just a little bit of what we'll do is we'll do a Facebook ad looking for old people that play, right?
Well, I wouldn't replace them until they gave you a little resistance. You know what I mean? Yeah. Keep them in check.
Yeah.
You're the leader,
right.
Okay? You're the admiral, and they're the soldiers. They're the enlisted lowercase guys.
Copy. All right. Well,
that's how we do it out here in Hollywood.
Thank you for stopping by. You guys heard it. We're gonna see how this all unfolds. This is all new news to me. Thank you so much, Funky Moses, for coming. What's the name of my podcast? Jam in the Band Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Pauly. Do you want a piece of the Jam in the Band Podcast too?
Well, if my likeliness is here, it's clearly on here and here. So that's in the contract too. I have full ownership of all of this.
Yes. Okay.
But,
thank you, guys.
I own this one, so make sure you run it by me to get my clearance and everything.
Okay. I gotta dig into the spam. When do you perceive the first tour?
Well, we can start right away. I imagine if we get this record done, I could probably have you guys out supporting Metallica or Faith No More in a heartbeat. But it's got to be done within the next 4 or 5 days.
Done.
Or we missed the tour.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching the PMS Podcast Show.
We're releasing new episodes on the official PMS Podcast YouTube channel,
so make sure to follow the link, subscribe, and turn on notifications
so you don't miss out.